everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamie Friend Colors, and today we're going to start a new picture. We are going to use Hannah Lynn's coloring book, Whimsy Girls at Work. Such a nice book. I have a flip through of it if you want to go find that. I was playing with pan pastels earlier, so that's why my desk is a mess, so don't worry. Anyways, alright, so today has been a day. Okay, like get back into this mode. Out of the mommy mode into the YouTube mode. Okay. So, starting April, so we're about at the end of April here, but at the beginning of April is Color and Chat with Sammy. I'll link her down below. Started a year-long coloring checklist challenge, and I printed it off. I asked her for permission to make sure I could use it on my channel, and she is so kind. She wants to help everybody, and so I was very grateful, and she said yes. And so I am going to, throughout the year, pick off this list to do a few things. So if I'm feeling lost, or I don't know, we just wanted something fun to do, something different, I'm going to pick one off this list. And if you would like to get this list, I'm going to try to find it again. If not, you can always find it from her, sorry, I'm playing with my lights. You can always find it from her YouTube channel, but I'll try to link the document in the description down below as well. So if you want to print it off and work through it, that's great. She's asked that when we post something that we made using her list, that we do hashtag coloring, spelled the English way and not the American way. So coloring checklist challenge. And yeah, so just if you're gonna color, you're gonna post something, just use that hashtag so that she can see it, so the community can see it. And I think it will be a lot of fun. So, I'm looking down this list, and I've started a few that maybe I would like to film. And the first one on the page that I thought would be out of the ordinary for me, and actually it kind of scares me a little bit, is to color a page with no shading, just straight coloring. And I'm like, this is what our children do every day. Should be no big deal, but I am so used to making sure that everything is shaded, like my shadows here. Ooh, everything is shaded, that I don't know, it's gonna be really strange and kind of hard for me, I think, to just lay down a single color. But I think it will be fun, and yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. So I will link her channel down below. She does a lot of live videos. So that's something I don't do. So if you're interested in those, please go check her out. I'd like to do them, but it's just hard with my kids right now. As they get older, maybe I will, but not right now. So I'll link her and the list and everything down below. Yes, this is the picture that I picked. It's a little hairdresser. So we're going to put it down. I'm gonna get maybe, I don't know, my board or something so you don't have to stare at my ugly pastels. I don't want to pull that out. I'm feeling lazy. I'm sorry, you guys. We'll zoom in. Okay, so the pencils I've chosen to use today are the Arteza. These are beautiful. They are, I think, one of my top 3 pencils that I pick to color with, especially when I'm just coloring for myself. I pick Prismacolors, Holbein, and the Arteza, and so I love them. They're just a beautiful pencil, and they're pretty affordable. I will link them down below as well. It's just for your oh my goodness, I've forgotten how to talk today. My lack of social interaction has left me incapable of speaking. They're not affiliate links, they're just there for your convenience. So if you're looking for something, you can find it. So I'll link these down below as well. Yeah, all right. Let's pick some colors for this girl. I almost said creature. She's a girl. I guess she's a creature. Okay, I need a skin tone, and that's probably like the hardest thing for me is like, oh, I put so much shading into my skin tones. Ooh. We just get to pick one skin tone. What's it going to be? This is hard. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick apricot. Okay, that's going to be my skin tone, apricot. All right, and then I need a hair color. I think something, or we're just doing, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Should we do, well, she's like a hairdresser, so maybe we should do something fun with her hair. Maybe we should do it like purple. I have this desire to color my hair purple, like really purple, like bleach it and then dye it purple. But I keep chickening out. Cherry red, maybe cherry red. Eggplant purple, ooh, that might be pretty. Let's just go for it. We'll do eggplant purple for her hair. Okay, what else is on this picture? Maybe we should just start with that. Let's not get too crazy and too overwhelmed. Okay. Ooh, is my kid still? Okay, perfect. You can't really see the pan past it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to give this a nice sharpening because it looks like it hasn't had one. So, last night, our youngest, he had to go for a sleep study, and my husband went with him. So my husband really didn't sleep last night, and my 5-year-old didn't sleep last night, and I was home with the other two. And our middle child is autistic, and he doesn't sleep very well, and he gets up in the middle of the night. So I knew I was gonna have to get up with him. My husband usually does, because my son wants to see my husband. My husband doesn't get home until about 9:30 at night, and so the kids don't see him before they go to bed, and so he gets up, I think, to see his dad, and in the middle of the night, and so he always gets very mad if it's me. So I'm not used to getting up with him, so I didn't take my melatonin or anything that I usually take at night, and so it was harder for me to go to sleep. And then he did get up, and 3:30, it was just, so I didn't sleep, my husband didn't sleep, my 5-year-old didn't sleep, nobody slept. So my husband had to go to work today, and he's done okay. He says he's called me a couple times. He says his back hurts from sleeping on the bed they had available for him, and he's tired, but it's been a pretty slow day at the pharmacy today, so hasn't been too bad. Oh my goodness, this is so hard to just color one color. Might have to go over it a couple of times to get it really saturated in there. So yeah, nobody slept. And I hope that they get some good data from it. He doesn't sleep, and we don't know why. He's on medication to help him sleep, and the psychiatrist gave him that prescription before we talked to the sleep doctor. And so I was talking with the sleep doctor, and she's going over his data, and she's looking at it, and she's like, I'm telling her he's on trazodone, and she's like, oh, well, it's not working. I was like, well, actually, he's improved so much since we put him on the trazodone, but he's still not getting the hours of sleep that he's supposed to get for his age, and I give him plenty of opportunities to sleep. So it's not his bedtime being too late, or it's just he gets up so many times in the night and plays, or he's just restless, and so he's not getting the sleep he needs. So, and we know that that's contributing to his behavior during the day. So we're trying to get it worked out. I'm trying to do light layers and go over it a few times. I guess I don't know. Usually I just blend colors together, but this time we're just using one color. Should be fun. So my other son, my oldest, he came in today. He was coloring a crocodile or an alligator. I don't know. He probably, if I called it the wrong one, he'd probably tell me, but I don't really know. So anyways, and so he was like coming in to show me like after every step, and I don't know if I should color this darker green or lighter green, or I want 3 greens. It was just really cute. And I think, oh, well, you get to choose. It's your picture. You get to pick, you know. I'm not gonna give any suggestions, because I think coloring and doing art is their own time to be creative, and I'll sit and color with them, but I will not work on their paper, and I will not like tell them what to do. Like, I'll help them, like, well, what do you think? Or, you know, what are you trying to decide between? But I never like give them an answer of what they should do. I just think art for them, especially their age, should be all about using creativity and problem solving and doing what they want to do. And I just don't think it too structured at their age, and that they should always feel good about what they've created when they're done. Like, I always tell this every time. It's so cool, you did such an amazing job. You know, always praise them and let them know that they did an amazing job, whatever their decisions were. All right, so I'll do the hands the same color. Like, now my youngest, he gets very critical about sometimes his drawing. It's part of his personality. He thinks it should be perfect, or in that he can't do it on the first try, so he doesn't want to do it. And so there's been times where he'll like scribble on the paper and he gets really mad, and I'm like, he's 5, you know, like scribbling is where he's supposed to be at, you know, like it's fine. But he'll get mad, and so I have done things with him where like he scribbles something and then I'll like make it into something, like with his permission, of course. Like, is it okay if mommy draws on it? Can I see what I can make out of what you did? You know, and then I'll show him like, oh, it's a bird, and I'll like add a couple like a little face or something, and then he just, oh, that's so cool, you know, and he's so more excited about it, and then he'll scribble something else, you know, and oh look, it's an owl on a bicycle, or you know, like try to show him that, you know, every little scribble he makes can be something really cool, and then he gets really excited about it. But I always ask permission if I'm going to touch their project, because it's their creative process, and kids can get very possessive and attached to what they create, and so they can get very angry if you mess with it, even if you're trying to improve it. Like, they can get very angry, so their creative time is for them. Okay, I'm going to attempt to put another layer on this. I don't know. Maybe I should like put a couple layers and then blend with, blend. I can blend, right? Just not shaped. Blend with like a solvent to try to get rid of some of the white of the paper. I think some of that is, one, I'm not using as many layers, and 2, just this paper. This paper tends to leave more. white, I've noticed, when as I've colored Hannah Carl's, or not Hannah Carl, Hannah Lynn pictures, that they just, and usually I'll put like a marker underneath that, but we're not doing that this time because we're using just colors, we're not shading, which is really hard for me as I shade the eye. Not shading, just putting down another layer.
About afterwards, which is definitely awesome to know about.
So, I'm going to feed you and we play a little game. Come here, little lady.
We're gonna try some foods. Whatever you think is better, you're gonna tell us what the answer is.
Healthier.
Okay? Exactly.
What is healthier?
Exactly.
So good. Okay. Which one healthier?
The second one. Eggplant is good for you, but it absorbs a lot of oil, and particularly this dish, they end up frying it. So the spaghetti meatballs wins, because you can go for the meatballs, get your protein in, it's got iron in it, which as a model is really important, because that's what keeps your hair really healthy.
Okay, now I have to confess that when I go out to restaurants and it's an Italian restaurant, I'm like, eggplant parmigiana. It's a vegetable. So I just learned something today. Okay.
The game that Tyra and Heather had us play was we were blindfolded, testing 2 different plates of food and guessing which is healthier.
Which one is?
Peanut butter is such a good fat for you guys. Bagel and cream cheese, it's gonna fill you for like a minute, and then you're gonna be starving for the rest of the day. You just learned today, you can eat really good food, and you can feel your best.
A cheaty does not mean you eat it every day.
Exactly.
This is what you eat when you want to indulge.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's about saying, you know what? I just had a rockin' photo shoot and I want to celebrate. Celebrate that moment, okay? And then right after that, you go back to the healthy things that you all know.
I'm really like all for Tyra to like empower women like that. I have experience in agency telling me like you need to lose weight, but it's much more important to be healthy than skinny.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
I feel like I want to make a big celebration feast. What is this? This is disgusting.
It smells like
That's
barbecue
chicken.
chicken that's not cooked.
Oh my god. I noticed raw chicken sitting like in some tin foil. This is freaking nasty. And this needs to get out of my face right now.
What's this? This was supposed to be in the fridge. Was this in the fridge?
Yeah, but for like days.
If you're not gonna eat it right away, it needs to be put in a freezer bag and put in the
I'm
freezer.
sorry, please don't talk to me like that.
We're just-
I know, I don't need a lesson about chicken.
This raw chicken does not belong in a bowl that we eat cereal in. It needs to go in a plastic bag.
I know about chicken. I cook. Dahlia, being 21, I know how to do things. I don't need you, Missy. Okay? You'd one face and telling me how to wrap damn chicken. I completely know and understand that you're supposed to wrap chicken before you put it in the fridge. There's no reason to confront me like that. Okay, walk away.
That right there is annoying.
Don't talk to me like that.
I did not talk to you, Alex.
You did.
How you talk to me is annoying.
Alexandria is crazy, loud, confronting because I've confronted things like all my life and it doesn't vibe well with me.
Well, we were just showing you that it was. I know, but the way she came out, she's like, okay, ladies, the thing with raw chicken is you have to wrap it. I know that. I cook.
I am scared to get in conflict with Alexandria because she could whip my butt. I'm just gonna stay back and I'd rather just shut my mouth and watch because I'm a watcher. I don't like to fight.
Don't talk to me. Are you like some kind of mother or something? Like you're not the mom. You're not the elder. You're not someone who's superior.
Isn't it funny how drama happened around a piece of chicken?
And then she had to throw in her little 2 cents when she was walking up the stairs like, okay, Alex. Dahlia, I feel kind of bad for you. Because it's not going to be too pleasant for you anymore. On my side, at least. I kind of pity you.
Tyra Mail! Dear Tyra Mail, tomorrow you will face your worst critic. Love, Tyra.
We arrive at the Colony Theater in Burbank, and there's Nigel, and I'm ready to work.
So welcome, ladies. Today's challenge is all about performing. Not just actors have to perform, but of course models have to perform too. They really need to emote if they're going to convince the director or the photographer that they are inspiring. Because if you can't, there's simply no way you're going to inspire the consumer. So to help you break down those walls, I'd like to introduce you to one of Hollywood's leading acting coaches. He is the artistic director.
Oh goodness, oh goodness.
You know that voice inside of your head that says you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough? This voice inside your head is called your inner critic, and it will take you down each and every time.
I have an inner critic, I guess, when I feel acting a lot, because I feel like I'm fat. But besides that, I'm a pretty confident person.
I need you to sort of deal with that inner critic right here, right now, so that we can start building on an intimate relationship that's so important with the camera for a successful artist.
You look a little afraid right now.
I'm a little nervous.
Are you a polite young lady?
I am very polite.
You want people to like you?
I do.
Would you say you're afraid of conflict? Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Acting, performing, modeling is about having the courage to get into conflict. What's the one thing you love more than anything else in this world?
My parents. I've always loved them, but it took me a while to realize, how awesome they are and how much they've supported me. And meeting my birth mother kind of jolted me, just seeing how good I really have it, and it really made me kind of sad that I put it through hell in high school, and I just did stuff that I shouldn't have done. I'm grateful to my adopted parents. They're the most supportive. They're perfect. And I understand why my mom put me up for adoption. I'm glad she did. But on the subconscious level, this child in my mind doesn't get it.
Here's what we're going to do next, ladies. Behind you are easel.
Okay, so I've got all of the color down. This is quite oompa-loompa-ish. I'm going to take a paper stump. This is a number 5. I will link these down below as well. And then I have just a little bit of solvent. You can use Gamsol or Mona Lisa Spirits. I think that's what I have here this time. Yes, it's just odorless mineral spirits. And I dip it into the mineral spirits. And then I'm going to just press and get that color to really get into the tooth of the paper. And I've never used this with these pencils before, so I just want to get rid of some of the white of the paper, some of that speckling that we have going on. I think this will be a good option. Also, as soon as it dries all the way, you can go back over it with more color. And you don't want to like saturate your paper. You just want a little bit. So just like dip it in. It's usually clear, but mine's dirty. Shake it off and then use it. I am using quite a bit of pressure with this. If you can't stand the pressure, you can use a paintbrush and do it that way and kind of paint with the pencil that you've put down rather than pressing it in. You're kind of more smearing it to try to get rid of that white. Both work. I just felt like doing this tonight. Dip, shake. If you get too much Gamsol or odorless mineral spirits, you can take away pigment. So if you're putting it down in it's lifting pigment, maybe you have two things can be the problem. You either have too much of the mineral spirits on your applicator, or you don't have enough pigment on your paper. So troubleshoot with that, like try to use less Gamsol. If that's still not working, then make sure you have plenty of pencil on your paper. But look how much smoother that looks than her face. Such a nice trick. Like it. All right, that looks really nice. I'm gonna put a little more right here. Okay. Awesome. Okay, that looks great. I'm happy with that. Okay. We'll close that up for a minute. Always keep it closed. You don't want to ever accidentally drink it or have your pet or your child drink it. So make sure it's kept away from them. And that's why I put it in a mason jar and I always put the lid on. Okay, let's go to her hair. She's quite orange, but that's okay. That's cool. She's orange. Okay, so this is Eggplant Purple A86. No shading. So I'm just gonna go in with some color and then I might have to put another layer and then we'll use the mineral spirits again to try to get it to be a nice flat color. All right, we've got a good amount of pigment on there. My little stump here is quite orange from using it on her face. So what you can do is you can get some sandpaper. You can either buy them in little things like this, or heck, you can buy sandpaper at the hardware store. Cut it up, staple it together. It's pretty easy. So I'm just going to sand away the color on the stump. And I'm just turning the stump to try to, so I can keep a point on the paper. And then you have a clean stump. It's still in a nice point. You can save your sandpaper for the next day. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. Got a good amount of color on her hair, so I'm going to dip my paper stump in the mineral spirits. I usually have Gamsol, and so I keep saying Gamsol, but this one isn't Gamsol. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is dissolving very nicely. I'm not even hardly using any pressure this time. Ooh, gold pencil. Okay. These paper stumps, they come in so many different sizes, so if you have to go get a smaller one to do little details, you can. But mine are across the room and I'm lazy, so. Look at her. She's kind of cool. Even if she doesn't have any shading. I'm gonna go back over this in some places. See if I can. I don't want to shade though. I gotta be careful that I'm not. I want a nice solid color here. Okay, I think we're gonna leave her like that. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna grab a color and color an area, make sure it's got enough color down, and then I'm gonna smooth it with the Gamsol, and then if I have too much color, I'm going to use my sandpaper. So, pretty easy, right? All right. So I'm going to use this time to sit back and relax, and hopefully I'll do something really cool with the editing. I'm using a new program for my editing, and yeah, so if not, well, just know I'm still practicing. So I'll talk to you at the end. All right, we blocked out a lot of stuff. I just felt like doing where we weren't doing any shading or anything. I didn't know how to make her pop from the background, and so I decided just to take the background out. So I just used a Posca paint pen to block out the background, and This poor paper cannot take much, but I think if I flatten it out and glue it to some cardstock, it'll look fine. So that is my goal. Now, I do want to do something with this frame, like the frame on the mirror. So I think I'm going to take the Spectral Noir Sparkle in the Sterling Silver, because just because we can't shade doesn't mean we can't put some glitter on here, right? And I'm going to put this on there. It's a little bit of a different color of gray. It's kind of almost like a French gray in the Prismacolors. It's kind of got a brown undertone to it, but it also has a lot of sparkle that I will show you. So I'm just gonna put this down. Let's see how that sparkles. I like it. Okay, there we go. Oh, I think she's so cute. Look at that sparkle. Ooh, I like it. Gives it a little something something. It's really hard for me not to go in with my white pen and kind of highlight her up. But this was kind of fun and kind of refreshing just to use one color and no shading, and I think she's really cute. Just go back to the basics. So how fun. So again, I just want to thank Sammy for putting this list together for us, for the whole coloring community. And you know, if you're feeling like, I don't know what to color, I don't know what to do, I'm bored with what I'm doing, please look up this list because it's got some awesome ideas, and I'm sure we're going to do some more on this channel as well. So come back, come back. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for coloring with me. I hope you like our little hairstylist. I think she turned out way cute. And I hope you guys find time to relax and enjoy yourself and de-stress. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!